Greetings everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your host Captain Rye. Today's YouTube video has me back in my favorite Tier 7 Premium Heavy Armored Destroyer, the Scharnhorst. This video is not as impressive as my last Scharnhorst video. I mean, honestly, how can you really top that kind of gameplay? No, this video, however, does show some excellent examples of how to utilize this ship, how to utilize its strengths to help really secure victory for your team in a dynamic and fluid battlefield situation. As the battle gets underway, it's two brothers in standard battle mode, so there's not too many caps to go and take or defend. There are a number of destroyers, though they're limited, fortunately, to 4 per team. And it's a Tier 7 maximum battle, so we don't have to worry about any Tier 9s sailing around in this matchup. Now, as the battle gets underway here, I've already told my team that I'm going to cover the west side of the map. And a lot of the people on my team have decided that they are going to come and cover the west side with me, or possibly push. Now, there's been a grand total of 3 enemy ships spotted on this side of the map so far, and that has me a bit concerned that the bulk majority of their team is actually pushing up on the east side, where we don't have a lot of ships defending. And that could be a real problem if we get too far extended on this side. One of the key things to remember when you're playing in any matchup is to pay attention to your minimap and pay attention to the number of ships that are popping up around the map, because that's really going to help determine whether or not you take the time and turn around or continue to push a flank. In this particular case, I've decided that I'm going to use my friendly destroyer's smokescreen to cover me while I turn around. As you can see, there's an enemy vessel in our base. And because he's not spotted, that tells me he's probably a sneaky destroyer, and he's probably come up the center channel. So I've decided I'm going to go ahead and turn my ship around, and I'm going to lend my support to defending the east side of the map, where the bulk majority of the enemy team is pushing, with a limited number of friendly ships defending. We managed to lose 1 destroyer. At the same time, we managed to take out one of their destroyers, but there shortly after, we lose a cruiser, and there are a couple of other ships, including a destroyer over here on the east side, that are going to not last very long. Now, I launched my scout fighter. There's a smoke screen up there. It does confirm my suspicions that yes, an enemy destroyer did come right up that center channel, and he is sitting right behind the headland of that cliff, inside of his smoke screen, and he's attempting to cap our base. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to push up here into the base, stop his cap progress, because that's a very important thing, and I'm just going to play very cautiously as I approach that smoke screen. I know that smoke screen's not going to last forever, and as you can see, it's dissipated. And as I get close enough, I can see what kind of destroyer it is with my scout fighters. This is a good thing. It's a Tier 5 destroyer, so I know he's limited to a certain number of torpedoes, but I also know that they're limited in range. So I'm going to keep a wide berth here as I push around this island. And I can tell, based on the minimap, which way he's facing. So as I push around here, yes, I can see he's trying to basically run away. Flag him for secondaries, land a couple of really big hits right into him. Fire off my torpedoes in case he backs up. And now my secondaries are just going to work on him because he's well within range. And I managed to secure my first kill as a secondary close quarters expert. So another enemy destroyer down, and the base successfully defended. But now I'm in a world of hurt. As you can see, there are all of these enemy ships over here. There are at least 2 battleships and at least 3 cruisers, plus an additional battleship or 2 that are still back over there where the D cap point would be. My team has finally started pushing up, and they are going to start pushing pressure on the enemy base. But the fact that the enemy have such overwhelming superior force at our base with so few defenders is going to leave them with some confidence that they can come in, push up, and pretty much deal with us. Defend their base as much as they can, but cap out anyway. I'm going to use the opportunity here while I'm taking limited incoming fire, only pretty much from one cruiser being set on fire, to get my ship turned around and bow forward. The enemy team with those battleships are incredibly dangerous because they can destroy the cruiser that's up here. Now, I can probably deal with these battleships without too many problems, but if I lose my cruiser, it's going to be just me versus all of those enemy cruisers plus those enemy battleships. Now I fire off shots at the Nagato, I fire off those torpedoes. I'm kind of hoping that he'll turn towards them, but it looks like he might be sailing straight, which means my shots are going to just miss him. Enemy Omaha manages to run into a friendly cruiser there, which causes him to stop. I'm going to take advantage of that, fire out shots, and secure a double citadel for another kill. Enemy destroyer has popped up. This is yet another one, and he is very close, and it's a Japanese destroyer. That means there are probably torpedoes in the water. I contemplate taking shots out at that cruiser there, but he's sailing broadside on, and it looks like the friendly cruiser's torpedoes are going to take him out, and they do. So I didn't want to waste my shots on something that was going to be a secured kill by a friendly teammate. Instead, I focus shooting that enemy destroyer. And again, that enemy destroyer is flagged for secondaries. But he's direct bow on, so I'm going to go ahead and fire off more shots. Almost managed to kill him. Can I secure the kill? Come on. Come on. No, he gets taken out by a friendly ship. A little disappointing there. Am I going to torpedo beats this? No. I take one right on the bow. Immediately pop my damage control ability. And now I'm well within torpedo range of this Nagato. But he's bow on and kind of at an awkward angle, so I'm going to shoot at the enemy battleship that's behind him. Flag the Nagato for secondaries and let my torpedoes do their job. Torpedoes manage to hit him, but they almost kill him. Can I get the kill on him? No, I don't get the kill on him either, and that's really disappointing as well. This enemy battleship, incredibly low HP. I've got armor piercing loaded. I really only needed to hit him once, but all of my shots ricochet. This is really ridiculously dicey for me. Take a big ol' hit there from the enemy Colorado as I try to get my ship turned around, because I really don't want to push up there, especially not with another cruiser still over there. Managed to secure yet another kill, this time on that Gneisenau, as he tries to sail away with his 100 health. I probably could have secured that sooner by switching over to high explosive, but I find that the armor piercing has much more consistency. I'm going to keep my ship angled, but I'm also going to try and keep my ship with my torpedoes towards the enemy as well, because I lost my torpedo tubes on the other side. You'll see me do this often. If I lose a set of torpedoes on the other side, I don't often like to turn my ship around, because I like having those torpedoes available when they come up. I shift fire focus to the cruiser behind the battleship, kind of hoping that my torpedoes will hit that enemy Colorado, but it looks like the Colorado, he's no fool, he's well aware the Scharnhorst has torpedoes, and he does slow down just enough to avoid getting hit by any of them. Really disappointing there. But that's alright, the armor piercing broadside on at these kinds of ranges, even to the Colorado, is going to cause some reasonable damage. As somebody put it on my channel, the Scharnhorst is very good at causing death by 1,000 cuts, as opposed to death by knockout blows. With those 20-second reloads, that means, yes, you can put out a lot of damage. Friendly destroyer up there has basically no health, and he's keeping his distance at the moment, but he is going to push up and try to get torpedoes away at that Colorado. Managed to earn my Confederate medal by basically spreading my fire around between the Colorado and that cruiser. Friendly destroyer is dead, but he gets torpedoes away, and that's good for him. He might actually secure the kill on that Colorado with those torpedoes, but I'm not entirely sure. There's my high caliber as I managed to citadel that cruiser, and the Colorado flagged for secondary, so my secondary gunners are opening up on him. Friendly Leander, he's got a smoke screen up there, and he's keeping himself safe in there. My team is putting the pressure on the enemy base, but they have one of the enemy battleships who's back over there, who's going to continue to reset and delay their progress. Enemy cruiser giving me broadside. Can I finish him off? Come on, he's very low health. No, my forward guns managed to get only over penetrations, and he survives just that little bit longer. Come on, there it is. 4th kill, and now I'm hunting for a Kraken Unleashed. But there's not too many ships left. The enemy Colorado is up back over here. He's already dead. And the only ship that's in range that's giving me a reasonable target is this Koenig. So in this battle, I was paying attention to the minimap. I saw that the enemy team was pushing pressure on our base, including capturing it with a destroyer. I used the strength of this battleship, its speed and maneuverability, to turn the ship around rather than continue pushing with my team to come back and defend. And while the enemies were preoccupied with the things that they knew they could kill, such as the friendly cruisers and destroyers, I took the opportunity to spread the love around and take shots at targets of opportunity, broadsiding cruisers, broadsiding battleships, and used my armor, especially that belt armor with the angling, to get close and torpedo. And that caused some reasonable amounts of damage. Now, at this point, victory is pretty much locked up for my team. We have a lot more ships, considering it didn't take all that many ships to defend our base. But we also have ships at their base, ships at our base, and their team is effectively spread out, with one battleship dealing with each group. At this point, I'm really just hunting down this Koenig because I want that Kraken Unleashed. It's been a while since I've had one, and I feel like I've earned it considering the amount of damage and defense that I put in. Enemy Colorado down by the enemy base finally gets taken out, but not before resetting them, so that gives me a little bit more time to peck away at this Koenig, and with any luck, I'll be able to finish him off. Shot's almost up. Koenig is giving me broadside. Forward guns out. Rear turrets getting close. Oh my god, that guy is almost dead. Secondary gunners opening up. Who's going to get the kill? Shots coming in there. It's nobody's yet. Okay, rear gun ready. I only need to hit him once. Come on, finish him off. Yes. Kraken Unleashed for me. That's excellent. And it makes me happy. 142,000 damage, 619,000 credits earned. Confederate, Close Quarters, Dreadnought, Kraken Unleashed, and High Caliber. Overall, a fantastic battle, and again, a fantastic use of the Scharnhorst's speed and mobility to spread the love around, pick and choose targets of opportunity, and push in and help defend the base. Top of the team for XP earned, over 2,000 base XP. No surprise there. In all, a very good battle for me, and a good battle for my team. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. If you liked the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. If you'd like to get semi-regular channel updates and news, you can do so by liking and following my Facebook page. If you'd like to help support me, my channel, you can do so by becoming my supporter on Patreon. Becoming my supporter at any level will grant you access to some of my battle replays each week, as well as replays that will ultimately end up on YouTube. If you've got a replay like this one that you'd like to send and see on my YouTube channel, you can do so by sending it to my email. And if you'd like to watch me play World of Warships live, among other games, you can do so by following me on Twitch. You can find the links for all of those in the video description down below. And as always, I'll see you next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.